It is very rare that we need to be creative individually. Most of the time we're creative in groups, and groups of people will tend to be more creative than individuals because there's just more minds working away on the problem. So a few things about groups, which you'll see in 3 sets of cards: group culture, group composition, and how to build creative groups. The first one is that we want groups of people to feel like they are individuals. So if you're working with an ensemble of dancers or some kind of team of dancers, they still may have an identity as a group, but you want to encourage them to think as individuals. You want to encourage them to see the qualities that are unique to them. They're still participating strongly in the team, but what we're trying to avoid is a situation where the team think as one mind in a group think type of situation. Because creativity, as I said before, is about diversity and about lots of different options and coming together. And when you have a group thinking as one, this is not going to be as creative. We also need to be comfortable with a certain level of conflict. Now, this is not about being nasty, or this is not about making processes difficult for others. This is just about the ability to be able to say what it is you are thinking or feeling in any given situation, even if it is different from everybody else in the group. There needs to be a healthy level of debate and conversation rather than everybody just agreeing with what is said. But even though there is this level of discussive conflict and debate, there does need to be a high level of comfort. Because if there's not a high level of comfort, people in the group aren't going to take risks, and risk-taking is a big part of creativity. We don't want people to stifle themselves because they're worried about making a fool of themselves should they say anything that doesn't agree with the group. We also want to reduce competition between people in the groups and groups. Because when people are in competition with each other, they tend not to collaborate and they tend not to share information. And so there's not as much going into the pot and there's not as many brains working because people are holding on to their own information. So really try to encourage collaboration and sharing between people and between groups in order to form creative outcomes. And 2 small last notes about groups. One is it's very important to be the right size. And you'll see a card in the suit that says anything less than 5, anything greater than 9, and you're going to impact your capacity to be creative. So these are really great numbers between 5 and 9 to begin to work with if you're thinking about doing any kind of creative work. The other thing is to welcome strangers in. Because when a new person comes into the group, or someone from outside who doesn't know anything about what's going on, they begin to ask really great questions. And it mixes up any patterns or ruts that you've got into creatively and can really reignite the process for you.